When you're meeting with a real estate broker, remember, you're interviewing them, not vice versa. If you miss any of the questions that I'm going to talk about in this video, it could literally cost you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars over the course of your career. Let's get into it. What type of training and support do you offer to new and experienced real estate agents? Well, at eXp Realty, we have 5 to 10 to 15 classes a day. And me, I host a sales training mastermind call on Mondays at 9 a.m. talking about social media strategies, income producing activities, sales conversions, etc. Our organization at large in Game Changers Group, we also host 2 high-level mastermind calls per week that you can engage in, teaching agents how to build a sales production team and how to scale your business beyond borders. Is the fee split structure at your company comparable to other companies? At eXp Realty, our fees are not the cheapest, but they're also not the most expensive. But if you are to take the entire compensation package at eXp, I feel 100% confident that it is impossible for you to make more money at any other real estate company than you would be making if you're working at eXp. Stick around to the end of this video and I'll explain exactly why. Does everybody at your company pay the same fees? At eXp Realty, that's one of the best things about our company. It doesn't matter if you are day one in the business or if you've been in the business since day one, everybody pays the same fees. So if you're a new agent, we have a low monthly overhead cost to make it more affordable. And for top producing agents, we also have production awards. We have a $16,000 stock award if you produce $80,000 in gross commissions plus 20 additional sales. What is your value proposition? Why should I pick your company? You know what? Most agents join for the compensation. It's one of the only, if not the only real estate company that actually has a sustainable retirement plan built into the way that we get paid. But agents stay because of the collaboration. The culture at eXp Realty is unlike any other real estate company that I've ever seen or experienced. And this is my 10th year in the business now. Should I expect to collaborate with the other agents at the office? At most traditional franchise style companies and other companies in the real estate industry, it's very common to join a company and to meet the other top producers only to find out that they are essentially your competition. Because of the way that we're compensated here at eXp, it is a very collaborative environment because when you win as a new agent or when you win as an agent looking to grow and scale your business, we all win because every single agent is a shareholder at eXp. To make it one step better, all of our top producers are the people who are teaching the classes for our training here at eXp. You're not learning from the broker who's just trying to keep the brokerage together. You're not learning from Uncle Bob, who's semi-retired and never was a top producer. You're learning from the best agents in the marketplace. In any other company, the best agents in the marketplace don't usually have time to stop and coach and teach and train agents. Whereas here, a part of receiving your full $16,000 stock award is to turn around and share your trade secrets with the other agents in the company that are looking to grow. Because like I said, when you win, I win, everybody wins. Do you have a global platform for me to learn from and engage with? Glenn Sanford, our founder, actually built this company specifically for the agent. And the software program that essentially makes this all work is called Verbella, and we own that software system here at eXp Realty. So when you own shares at eXp Realty, you own a technology company that just so happens to sell real estate, and you also own a personal development company that just so happens to sell real estate because eXp Realty also recently purchased Success Magazine. We also utilize systems like Workplace by Facebook that helps you stay connected with the other 84,000 realtors that we have all across the globe in close to 23 countries now. You also have SkySlope, which is one of the top transaction management systems by all companies. You also have an eXp Enterprise dashboard website that helps you stay connected to all of the tools here at eXp Realty. Are you going to be available on quick response if I have an issue with a transaction? The broker support here at eXp is literally unbelievable. matched. The brokers at eXp are compensated on a per transaction fee basis. It's somewhat of a salaried administrative position, so they literally focus all of their time supporting agents and their transactions. They're not trying to run the company at large. They're not primarily focused on recruiting and keeping everybody happy. Their main focus is not politics. Their main focus is supporting your transaction and your deals. However, if you reach out to me, I'll help you in any way that I can. But as your sponsor here at eXp, my number one focus is to make sure that I have the resources and tools available for you, that I can point you in the right direction, and that I can support you in what it is that you are trying to accomplish in your real estate business. What sort of growth should I expect from a real estate career long term? Well, first, you're going to want to replace the full-time income that you're accustomed to at your previous job with full-time income here in real estate selling houses. You're more than likely going to start as primarily a buyer's agent, and then you'll transition to balance a little bit more between working with buyers and sellers. Then eventually you'll focus more so with sellers than buyers, and at that point you'll hire your first full-time staff person. From that point moving forward, you'll actually have buyer's agents working with you, and all along this process, you're going to want to take part in the ownership equity stake in the company, and you're going to want to eventually replace your real estate sales income with passive income. And in my research so far, I haven't found any other real estate companies that offer equity in the same way that we do and that have a revenue sharing model that is as lucrative as what we have here at eXp. I personally believe that it is the best opportunity that real estate agents have ever seen in this industry, which is the reason why we are the fastest growing real estate company of all time by a factor of 2. Can you teach me how to earn passive income the same way that you do? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. At most traditional real estate companies, the broker owner is the only person that has an opportunity to earn passive income in real estate. And if you want to build a real estate team, you might build up an agent only for them to become highly successful and move on and become your competitor. Here at eXp Realty, if you decide that you want to earn passive income, I am incentivized to help you do so. If you decide to build a real estate team and you have a top producer that becomes very successful and wants to go ahead and build their team, they become and stay connected to you in the form of our revenue sharing compensation model. Because of that model, our teamwork at eXp is the best teamwork that we've ever seen in real estate, and that's exactly what Glenn Sanford set out to do when he built this real estate company. Do you have an exit plan for real estate agents? Well, as I'd mentioned before, we have our equity opportunities here at eXp. We also have our revenue sharing model. There is quite a number of ways that you can earn equity and passive income here at eXp, and I can tell you, most, if not all, other real estate companies do not offer this. It is something that is unique to eXp Realty. And as I'd mentioned before, we have equity opportunities here at eXp, and we also have a very lucrative revenue sharing business model. If you're working for a traditional real estate company, you're essentially renting your career. We tell our clients, why rent when you can own? It's the same thing at your real estate brokerage. Why are you paying desk fees and monthly fees without earning equity and passive income, the same as you would as you pay your mortgage down and build equity? If you want to own your career, maybe you should consider a career at eXp Realty. Is there a termination fee if I decide I want to leave your company? Well, believe it or not, some real estate companies do actually penalize you to leave. And if you don't read the fine print, you might be surprised to find out when you leave the real estate company you're working for that it could cost you thousands of dollars that's written into the contract on your way out the company. At eXp Realty, we don't penalize you to leave, we just incentivize you to stay. If you want more information on eXp Realty, click the link in the description to book into my calendar, and I'd be happy to help answer any other questions that you might have. Thanks for tuning in today. And if you like this video, check out this video next, which I think you'll appreciate. We'll see you on the next video.